I think the most fun time to be in the Fortnite community is right before a new season starts. Everyone is in good spirits. All the Fortnite fans are hanging on the coattails of content creators, just waiting for the newest leaks and teasers to come out. Season 2 is only a couple days away, and Epic is once again showing the community that they know how to generate hype for a new season. But as great as all these teasers are, they don't really give us much context as to what we should expect from Season 2 outside of Battle Pass skins. After making my video last week talking about the greatest seasons in Fortnite history, it made me think about what Fortnite Season 2 really needs to be truly amazing. On Monday, I talked with a lot of you guys on stream, and we came up with 5 categories that Epic needs to focus on to make Fortnite Season 2 really good. But on top of that, each category has lists of things to kind of flesh each one out. Now, don't only look at this as a wish list, also think of these as small predictions for what we might see in the coming season. And I'm curious to see how many of these we got right. There's also one additional bonus item that I think everyone will agree needs to be in Fortnite Season 2, but before we get to that, we need to look at the most important category that we have to cover today, which is the storyline. Fortnite Season 1's storyline was not only too complex, but it was too far in the background for the average Fortnite player to really pay attention to or to really care about. With the recent events that we've had on the Fortnite Island, it seems that Epic is going to be bringing the storyline to the forefront again, and that gets me excited. However, what direction should the storyline take in order to make an effective Fortnite season? Monday on stream, I said that Hades should be the main villain in Fortnite Season 2. However, after doing a little bit of research into Greek mythology, I understand Hades' role a little bit better. Hades actually isn't a villain, he's the guardian of the underworld. So if that's the case, I think he should be the person that we work with the most throughout this season. Now, Charlie Wynn, or Epic, came to me and asked, how would I pitch Season 2? This is what I would tell them. We work with Hades, guardian of the underworld, who is troubled because the gateway to his realm has been breached due to the opening of Pandora's box into the island. Something ancient and evil is trying to use its powers to manipulate the Fortnite island, and Hades can't stop it alone. Each week we would go with Hades not only to train under a new god and obtain their powers, but to also rally them to our cause to seal the darkness of the underworld back into Pandora's box. Over the course of the season, you'd see the Fortnite island become more corrupted. You'd see more demons or beings from the underworld come onto the Fortnite island like the Titans. The underworld itself will also play a huge role in the core gameplay mechanics for the season, but we'll get to more of that later on. This will all build up to an end-of-season live event where we defeat the underworld army, but not without consequences that would have lasting effects for Fortnite Season 3. I think it would be interesting if the ancient evil turns out to be the last reality using the powers of the Greek gods to cause havoc, and that would be a lingering presence in the background for future seasons of Fortnite. I also think it would make sense for the Nothing to be the one who influenced Valeria to seek out Pandora's box in Season 1. Now, this is just my quick little synopsis of how I would like to see things go and how I could potentially see things playing out in the Fortnite storyline moving forward. So for all my OG fans, looks like you get a little bit of a Fortnite storyline theory mixed in with this concept. In order to execute a story of this magnitude, we would need Fortnite to bring back some really old concepts that we haven't seen in the game for a long time, like storyline quests that have voice acting in them, a cinematic trailer which would establish the status quo for the season. And I think it would be fun if we had secret loading screens that you could unlock by doing challenges on the map that would give additional context to the story. These were all ideas that you guys brought up on stream, which I thought were brilliant, but they pale in comparison to the other things you suggested when it came to random events that should appear on the map this season. For those of us who played in Chapter 3, we missed the random weather events and we want them to come back. So what better time to do it than in a Greek-themed season when Pandora's box has been opened onto the Fortnite island? The things you guys told me you wanted were lava with earthquakes, floods, acid rain, tsunamis, thunderstorms, meteors, hailstorms, blizzards, zombies, soul storms, and avalanches. Now, I love every single one of these. However, I think Epic is probably only going to pick 1 or 2 if they do any of these at all. Now, out of all these, there's a handful that I have a strong bias towards myself. For example, lava with earthquakes just sounds amazing. Imagine little cracks forming into the ground, ultimately opening up geysers, lava shooting out. If you get hit by it in builds or 0 builds, your character gets set on fire, or maybe your builds get set on fire. Getting hit with the lava could do 50 damage to a player, which would make fights more intense. Now, I know a lot of you love Chapter 2 Season 3, so I'm not opposed to flooding the map with little tsunamis, especially on the coastal POIs that we have littered around the map. Soul storms were also an interesting concept, so instead of having the normal storms that we have in the Fortnite map now, throwing in ghostly wells and maybe skulls and creepy images, kind of like what we see in the tornado now, but do that in the Fortnite storm. And that's what we have for the entirety of Season 2. I think that would be a nice touch. Thunderstorms we've already had in the game, so bringing those back with tornadoes and lightning, I'd be all here for. And honestly, I wouldn't even mind having some of the zombies pop back up on the island either. Having some of those cube pillars and the zombies coming out and there being certain POIs on the island that you would have to avoid, that'd be really cool. Speaking of POIs, there are 5 that you guys gave me that are really intriguing. The ones you guys mentioned were Mount Olympus, the Underworld, Atlantis, the Labyrinth Maze, and Medusa's Graveyard. Now, I like when Fortnite plays with a creepy aesthetic. Maybe that's why I like the zombies coming back to the island from time to time. But having a POI that you would have to walk through that's maybe foggy, you see these creepy stone statues, and maybe you hear some singing in the distance, or you see a character walking around in the background, that being Medusa, and if you get too close, you get insta-killed, ultimately turning you into stone. Atlantis could be really interesting, especially if after tsunami hits the island, let's say that was like a mini random in-game event, it could open up a pathway to Atlantis. It could be a POI that's obtained randomly, so you don't get access to it necessarily every round. You just have to be at the right place at the right time and hope that that event happens. Mount Olympus is an obvious choice just because it's the domain of the gods, so having to go there with Hades and hang out with all the gods, train with the gods, and we have to do that through the quest every week, that would make a lot of sense and just be really fun. The Labyrinth Maze, I'll be honest, I don't know anything about and I didn't do any research on, so any of my Greek mythology fans, you'll need to leave a comment down below and give me a little bit of insight as to what that is. However, just hearing the name sounds like it might be a cool way to introduce some kind of maze mechanic or puzzle mechanic that people can go into to get better loot. Now, out of all these POIs, I think the location that has the most potential is the Underworld. I think that should actually be a place that we get teleported to mid-game, but I'm going to save my thoughts on that for a little bit later when we talk about gameplay. We're looking at the teasers that Epic has given us over the last few days. I don't think they're just teasing the new skins for the Battle Pass. I think they're also teasing the mythics that we should be seeing in Season 2. The ones you guys put down were Zeus's lightning, Poseidon's trident, Medusa's head, Artemis's bow and wings, Hermes' boots, Hades' hellhounds, and the one I think would be really cool would be a Phoenix self-revive mythic. Just as a Phoenix arises from the ashes and becomes stronger with every death and rebirth, we should be able to do something similar with this augment or ability. If I get knocked and my teammates aren't able to revive me, I should have the option to be able to use a Phoenix self-revive, which gives me a little bit of HP back, maybe like an additional 50 shield or 50 health after self-reviving. I also think things like Zeus's lightning bolt or Poseidon's trident are things we'll probably end up seeing this season. Medusa's head is interesting. I'm still trying to figure out how that one would work. Maybe you could throw it at an opponent and it would instantly turn them to stone for like 5 or 10 seconds. Hermes' boots would be cool, being able to use those to give players a speed boost around the map. I think Artemis's wings are very likely this season, considering that one of the teasers we got said wings in it, so we'll see what Epic does with that. One of the points I brought up in my last video is that some of the best Fortnite seasons seem to have loot pools that match the theme very well. I think that if we get these mythics or some variation of them, which from the leaks it looks like we probably will be, this could be one of the most interesting loot pools that we've had in a long time. Honestly, anything just to spice up the meta for Season 2 would be really good. And speaking of which, you guys had some fantastic suggestions for gameplay improvements. The ones you brought up were augments, hit scan weapons, better attachments, different ammo types like tracer bullets, new traps or trap slots being reusable again, random wildlife / titans walking around, more upgrade bitches around the map, and the underworld gulag. Now, this is the one I've been alluding to all video. Wouldn't it be cool if after you died, you got transported into an underworld gulag where your soul was forced to fight and win in order to escape the underworld? It'd be Fortnite's twist on a gulag mechanic, which I think could be executed very well in this season specifically. I like the idea of having a second chance at fighting for your life. I think the other neat feature would be that your friends wouldn't be able to grab your reboot card until your gulag was over. So let's say you lost your gulag, your reboot card would then appear after your fight. I'm not so sure if Epic is going to bring hit scan weapons back or make these new weapons hit scan. However, I do see them adding more weapon attachments. We need weapon attachments that do more than just improve the accuracy of how well we can shoot at things. A few weeks ago, Hypex tweeted out a list of weapon mods that were unreleased. The ones that really stood out to me were a chance not to consume ammo, headshot multipliers, restore stamina on hit, and I'm going to add one that I would like to see in here, which would be Siphon. Now, some of these I feel like you should only be able to add to one weapon in your inventory, maybe 2 at most, otherwise it become too broken. Like, imagine having a sniper rifle, an AR, and a shotgun, all that give you Siphon when you hit an opponent with them. It would just be too much. However, adding those mechanics in combination with augments, I think would just make for the most insane gameplay ever. Bring augments back, give us attachments that can work well with augments, and also give us those crazy god mythic powers. If Epic throws all of those things, and you cannot tell me that gameplay won't be top tier, on top of having a mini gulag feature. One more thing I want to loop back to, which I kind of touched on earlier, is map changes. We all want to see more significant map changes more consistently over the course of a season. Having a great storyline is a fantastic way to incorporate those changes in. So if Epic were to go this route with the story, I think it would be cool if the underworld was brought into the overworld. If the underworld, like the gulag mechanic that we've been using over the course of the season, if midway through that underworld POI was actually brought on top of the Fortnite island, maybe even replacing ruined reels, since that's the area that Pandora's box got opened. And look, I didn't come with that idea myself. I want to point out that you guys in chat were the ones who brought it up to me, so shout out to y'all. I don't remember who it was, but I'm sure you'll probably comment on this video if you see it. Guys, we know that the vast majority of the things that I brought up in this video probably aren't going to appear in Season 2. However, I'm still excited for the upcoming season, and I think that Charlie Wynn and Epic Games and everybody over there and all the different teams, I think that they've been cooking really hard for us. Like I said on my last video, I think that Season 1 was the passing of the baton from Donald Mustard to Charlie Wynn. This seems to be the beginning of Charlie Wynn's story, mainly because we know he loves Greek mythology. Remember, he's the guy that invented Kratos, which reminds me, that bonus thing I told you about at the beginning of the video that I think we all can agree we need to see in Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2, it has to be young Kratos. I think that they should not only bring the old Kratos collab back, but a new young Kratos into the item shop. If not, make that the secret skin for this battle pass. But I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below, and most importantly, if you made it this far through the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I can't wait for this season. We have a big stream tomorrow, guys, at 11 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be streaming 3 hours before downtime starts, as well as covering the leaks when downtime begins, so you're going to want to be there for a Clark After Dark stream. It's going to be fun. I'll probably even be giving away some V-Bucks to you guys tomorrow, because I love y'all so much. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait for Fortnite Season 2. What are your predictions? Let me know down below. Love y'all. Peace out.